Welcome to Pedagogy of Reading, Pedagogy of Reading.
Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon, Miss.
Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon, Miss.
Okay, how are you today?
Great, Miss. Good, Miss. Alhamdulillah.
Okay,
What about you, Miss?
Alhamdulillah, I'm great. Thank you for asking me. So, today, before we start, let me check your attendance list. Okay, hi Melissa,
Yes, Miss.
Adrianisa,
Yes, Miss.
Nuraisha Sukur,
Yes, Miss.
Revi.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, so untuk hadir hari ini ya. Okay, who's the children?
Me, Miss.
Okay, please lead your friends to pray.
Oke, teman-teman, sebelum kita belajar hari ini, mari kita berdoa. Berdoa mulai. Berdoa selesai.
Okay, so last week we learned about what?
Procedure text.
Okay, last week we learned about procedure text. Procedure text. So, do you remember what this procedure text is about?
Yeah, procedure text is a simple edit text that provides instruction in a simple step-by-step format.
Okay, so procedure text adalah teks yang menjelaskan mengenai langkah-langkah atau langkah-langkah dalam membuat atau melakukan sesuatu ya. Okay, before we start, let me show you the learning objectives for lesson today. So first is, I hope you can know the definition of explanation text, understanding the structure of explanation text, and you know the characteristic of explanation text. So let me show you. Okay, as you can see, today we learn about explanation text. Anyone here know what is explanation text?
No, Miss.
Okay, you don't know, so I'll explain you. So explanation text is a type of text in English that explain a process. Jadi explanation text adalah jenis teks yang menjelaskan mengenai suatu proses atau terjadinya sesuatu. It's similar with procedure text but very different. So next is the characteristics of explanation text. So first characteristic is using simple present tense. Jadi dalam membuat if you make explanation text, you have to use simple present tense. And number second is action verbs. Jadi karakteristik yang kedua yaitu menggunakan action verbs seperti do, make, create, and so on. And number three is the writing, and this type of text uses the passive voice to emphasize the focus and the events taking place rather than subject. Jadi dia ketika menulis explanation text, seseorang harus menggunakan passive voice. Kemudian yang keempat yaitu using noun phrase. Jadi dalam membuat explanation text dia menggunakan noun phrase. And the last characteristics of explanation text is using chronological conjunctions such as next, first, then, to begin with, and so on. Jadi dia menggunakan kalian belum tahu jelas gitu bahwa teks tersebut adalah teks eksplanasi. So first we move to the structure of explanation text. Jadi ini adalah membahas tentang struktur-struktur ketika membuat teks eksplanasi. Yang pertama yaitu title, judul. Kemudian yang kedua opening statement. Kemudian yang ketiga yaitu sequencing. Yang keempat conclusion, kesimpulan. Terus yang kelima yaitu visual. Jadi this is the structure if you want to make explanation text. But I'll show you the example of explanation text. Okay, this is the example of explanation text. So the first is the idea of this is the title of explanation text. So when you make explanation text, you have to make the title like this. As I said before, bahwa explanation text adalah teks yang menjelaskan mengenai proses terjadinya sesuatu. Jadi judulnya juga harus seperti ini. How does rain happen? Jadi bagaimana hujan itu terjadi? Nah, in the first paragraph, this is the opening statement of rain. This is the ini adalah isinya. Kemudian yang ketiga adalah kesimpulan. But if we want to make explanation text, we need to visual. Kita membutuhkan visual ketika membuat teks eksplanasi, agar teks eksplanasi tersebut mudah untuk dipahami. Nah, oke, Miss tadi sudah menjelaskan mengenai definisinya about explanation text, the characteristic, and also the structure. And I already show you the example of explanation text. So next, I'll give you. It's time to assignment. I give you this paper, and this paper. Jadi kertas ini ada formatnya. You can see. Kalian mengisi nama, terus kelas. Di sini ada kolom yang disediakan. Yang pertama yaitu know. Yang kedua want to know and learn. Jadi before you isi apa isi weh? Okay, before you fill this paper, I give you this another paper yang berisi tentang ini adalah topiknya tentang COVID-19, and I think all of you know about COVID-19, tapi memiliki judul yang berbeda. So first is how the coronavirus spreads, bagaimana virus corona yang menyebar. Kemudian teks yang kedua yaitu how does COVID-19 affect the body. Jadi bagaimana COVID-19 itu ngefek pada tubuh. Yeah, that's right. So I give you this, and okay, saya akan membaginya dulu. And next I explain you how to fill this column. kali harus kalian identifikasi. So, how to fill this paper? Pertama kalian harus kalian bisa melihat di bagian pertama yang know. Jadi you should fill this column know. What do you know about the title you have? What do you have?
How the coronavirus spreads.
So, okay. How the coronavirus spreads. Jadi kalian harus mengisi your background knowledge. Apa yang pengetahuan kalian sebelum membaca teks itu. Nah, kemudian yang kedua, want to know. Jadi karena kalian belum membaca teks yang Miss bagikan, jadi kalian harus mengisi apa yang perlu kalian tahu mengenai bagaimana virus tersebut berefek pada tubuh dan bagaimana cara menyebarkan itu tergantung dari masing-masing judul yang kalian punya. Is it clear?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, that's good. And the last is learn. So before you fill this column, learn, you should read your text and harus menjawab pertanyaan dari kolom yang kedua. Jadi kolom yang kedua itu berisi tentang pertanyaan. Oke, berisi tentang pertanyaan. Mengerti?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. So I give you 15 menit to fill the column. Cukup? Jika tidak cukup, bisa akan memberikan waktu tambahan.
Yes.
Okay, the class, is it finished?
Finish, Miss.
Okay. So we want to be a volunteer to present their answer. Okay, ready? Please stand in front of the class and present your answer. Yeah.
Okay, Miss, thank you for the opportunity. Okay, saya akan membaca hasil pekerjaan saya. And the first column is no. Apa yang saya ketahui sebelumnya sebelum membaca teks tersebut, yaitu the virus that hit Indonesia in 2020. And the second column is the first one is what is COVID-19 atau apa kepanjangannya COVID-19. And the third and the second is how COVID-19 affects our body. And the third column, the first one is kepanjangan dari COVID-19 is coronavirus disease. And the second is viruses infect the body by entering healthy cells. There, the infector makes copies of itself and multiplies throughout the body. Within 2 to 14 days, the immune system may respond with symptoms including fever, cough, shortness of breath, or difficulty breathing, chills, sometimes with shaking, body itches, headache, sore throat, stuffy or runny nose, loss of taste, loss of smell, nausea or vomiting, and diarrhea. Then the virus moves to your respiratory tract. That's the airway that includes your mouth, nose, throat, and lungs. After that, the lungs may become inflamed, making it difficult to breathe. For most people, there's symptoms and with cough and fever. More than 8 out of 10 cases are mild. But for some people, the infection becomes more severe. About 5 to 8 days after symptoms start, they experience shortness of breath. Acute respiratory distress syndrome, or ARDS, starts a few days later.
Okay, thank you, Revi. Give applause for your friend. Okay, for the second title, who to be a volunteer and present your answer in front of your class?
Miss.
Okay, Hartia.
Baik, saya akan mempresentasikan hasil jawaban saya. The first column about now is emerging viruses in 2019. The second is a virus that start in China. The third is one of the viruses that took many lives. And the second column about want to know. My question is what is caused by the coronavirus? And the second is how does the virus spread? And the third is how to avoid coronavirus. And the third column about learn. The first is one of the viruses to have passed from animal to human since it emerged in China in December. The second is the coronavirus known as COVID-19 spread from person to person in close. The third is it can be difficult to avoid exposure to the virus, especially if you're often surrounded by other people. But according to the CDC, there are a few things you can do to protect yourself. Wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, avoid touching your face, and etc. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you Hartia. Give applause for your friends. Okay, karena kalian sudah mengerjakan dan teman kalian sudah dipresentasikan, so because I want to give you feedback, so I think I can see your pekerjaan. Okay, thank you. Okay, I think I should give feedback for next week. So, how do you feel, guys, for the lesson today?
It's a great news.
Okay, is it great? So, we've learned about explanation text, and who wants to give a reflection about apa yang kita pelajari tadi? Okay, Hani.
Okay, so explanation text is a type of text that explains the process. And then the characteristic of explanation text is using simple present tense,
Okay.
action verbs, and using noun phrase,
Okay.
use chronological conjunction, and then the structure of explanation text is title, opening statement, sequencing, conclusion, and visual.
Okay, thank you Hani. Give applause for your friends. Great. Okay, jadi tadi kita belajar tentang
Explanation text.
Okay, kita belajar tentang explanation text, the structure and also the characteristic of explanation text. Okay, I think because I think time is up, so I hope you enjoy for the lesson today, and thank you for your kind attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and see you next week.
Waalaikumsalam